To the top left, we have the Protoss player for jjakji down a game in this best-of-3 series at the WCS StarLeague.
jjakji's Trust.
Trust, he has to really calm down right now and focus on this second map. He needs to take this map if he wants to bring it to game 3. At the bottom right, we have his opponent starting for NS Hosa, the Terran player with a 1-0.
NS Hosa jjakji.
jjakji, such a symbol of his team, and this time does not go for the 11 gas. Playing a more conservative build, at least initially here.
No proxy factory this time.
And there's the null there this time. So no fast CC. He takes a gas now, which he just does, as you can see on the production tab. It's just going to be a Reaper opening, but probably with a reactor follow-up. And the question now becomes, what does Trust do? Because he showed a straight-up macro-oriented game in Game 1, and almost all Protosses these days are just going for that Mothership Core expand into macro games. Not a whole lot of all-ins coming out. Every now and then you see a Blink Stalker all-in or a Proxy Oracle, but usually it's just going into that Robo and getting the tech out.
Yeah, and the Proxy Oracles are also not that common anymore. On this map in particular, you usually know exactly where the Stargate is being hidden, so you scout that spot very early on as a Terran player. Most Protoss players, therefore, not really going for that anymore. And Trust is already the one that is being pressured, so I feel at this point it really comes down to the question, does he feel confident enough going up against jjakji in a late game, or does he try to be like hitting a timing because he personally feels that he can't compete with jjakji when he goes to a long drawn-out macro game?
Yeah, he has to make a choice. And right now, jjakji, he could go double Reaper, because he got the reactor instantly, he even skipped the Marine. So I'm feeling a double Reaper coming out of him, and this could not only do a little bit of damage, but will give him additional scouting information. Already has the SCB in here though, so he has to make the choice.
Looks, I would say he's going for the Marines. Go no, double Reaper goes for it either way. Does have the scouting. Not quite sure how much damage he will actually be able to do with this, but it can definitely catch you off guard if you're not prepared.
I think if he had gotten the eBay block off there, he would have been able to do so much with these Reapers. You know, imagine 2 and then potentially even a 3rd Reaper coming in to annoy the Stalker while you're trying to get that eBay up. That could have been great for him, but regardless, it doesn't happen. Starts his CC. I don't think we'll see any more Reapers.
Yeah, I don't think so either, especially with the Mothership Core out and we have the Stalker already being produced. I don't think that those Reapers will be able to do a lot, not on a map like this. Yeah, it's a very small area that you actually have to guard on Belcher Vestige to make sure that those Reapers don't see enough. But you can at least control the map for now, get those Naga watchtowers, get a little bit of vision, try to find out if there's a probe hidden somewhere. But in terms of actual damage done, you will not achieve a lot. You might get that additional scout in the main base without having to drop a scan though.
Yeah. Well, that Reaper is just lurking around here. The one on the left side, still on the watchtower. And one of the ideas of these Reapers is to find the 3rd pylon. If you don't find the pylon, then you know that it's a proxy. He doesn't actually go and check in the main base, which is, I mean, I guess he can try to hope for a kill or 2 here if he runs in and surprises him, but I don't see that happening.
He's jumping in right now, already being attacked by the Mothership Core, but at least finding out what's happening here. He sees the forge, he saw also that there's a robotics, so he will feel very, very confident. Yeah, the Reaper is of course leading his injury.
Yeah, and at the natural, oh, okay, so he jumped in from the natural. I missed that. I was like, what happened to the other Reaper? He's still in the watchtower. An Immortal comes out. And that's something that you can't scout when you can see that Robo. You don't know it's an Immortal, you assume it's an Observer coming out.
More gateways coming out as well, so we could actually see one of those Immortal pushes that have been very popular. Let's not forget that we still have... run, Mothership Core, run! I think he can't run fast enough.
He may have to just use a Time Warp here.
The Reaper is already getting away.
He could just recall now too.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to. What did they just attack? Marine? That poor guy. He must have been like really annoying.
No. He sees the Immortal, the strategy is revealed, and once you make that Immortal, there's no going back. He did the same build. We saw this already earlier. He canceled the Forge, goes for the Immortal all-in. A very, very strong and technical build.
Sees the Immortal, he sees the additional gates in the main base.
Already 2 bunkers on the way.
He should be getting in them, and he is. So
he probably will even add a 3rd one.
Yeah, right now he is in a position where he knows what's coming, and of course for Trust this is like the worst case. If your build is being revealed and you're trying to hit a timing, your opponent has enough to prepare for, and it's very annoying. Same can be said for jjakji, who misses the pylon here. That's of course also something where you're like, really?
We just saw this 2 days ago, the same build. After you get scouted, you cancel the Forge and go for an Immortal all-in. With jjakji, on the other hand, unlike Beyond, went for the 2nd scout. You go for the 2nd scout, you see this. And Trust, he may still break this. It all comes down to the micro, but jjakji already has the SCVs pulled, he has the 3rd bunker. Stim, not going to be finished in time, and also there will be time warps.
He's going for a Forge and for the Twilight Counts in the main base. I think he's just going to try to knock at the door and then recall out.
Yeah.
He cannot possibly think that he will be able to go through with this. I just don't see that happening with 3 bunkers already in position, with Stim soon to be completed, not just yet, but with everything that jjakji has, it's very unlikely that Trust is able to go through with this and he's okay.
And jjakji has taken some losses already. He made 3 bunkers, that's 300 minerals. He also got supply blocked, perhaps in his panicking, and lost a lot of mining time while his SCVs were gone. So he's actually taken a severe deficit in supply.
Well, he's scouted what's going on. So he saw that there is not only the Forge, but also the Twilight Council in the main base. So he realized that this is not going to be the heavy commitment that he was afraid of. And now he can accordingly just go straight into the tech again and get those additional structures out.
Yeah, he needs to. Combat Shield's on the way, Stim finishing up now, and he's going to hit this timing because now that Stim is done, he's the one that can be aggressive. He knows his opponent's spending a lot of gas on that tech. Right now, the 4th Immortal is being chrono boosted out for Trust. That's going to give him a lot of DPS against the Marauders, but this is a very Marine-heavy army. There's only 4 Marauders in this army, so the Marines are actually not going to worry about those Immortals too much.
Armory is already being built, this time a little bit earlier, so that will help him a lot with those upgrades. He doesn't have the 2nd engineering bay yet. That's something that he still has to start. But we have the combat shield about to be completed.
Yeah, those Marines has become so much stronger with the combat shield. Again, very few Marauders in this composition. He will have 1/1 before True even has +1 armor.
Yeah, and very important to notice that he doesn't have any medivacs with this just yet. He's just now getting the first 2. I would be very surprised to see a heavy commitment here.
Yeah, so many
run away against against the sentries and force fields.
This is risky what jjakji is doing here. It could work out. He splits his army.
He has no idea where Trust is. He sees 1 Stalker, but that's it.
This army, though, for jjakji is kind of split in 2 groups. He needs to be careful.
Yeah,
a time warp and some force fields could actually change this entire game. He may even have to stim to run away. It's going to be close.
He might have to. He leaves like 1 unit back, and here come a few Stalkers. We also have 2 medivacs. Stalkers at least are trying to escape here with the blink. jjakji is moving back. Here comes the blink.
Really good blink here.
Losing a lot of units already.
He may just need to have to stim and run. I mean, he's losing a lot of units.
One of the medivacs with a bad rally is being
a second one as well.
He salvaged all of his bunkers. He salvaged all of his bunkers, and now Trust is moving in. He's hitting a later timing. The time warp is already there. The force fields are decent. There are just way too many of them. A really good attack by jjakji.
Manor Nexus queued up here, and jjakji, he's going to fall here in game 2. We are definitely going to see a 3rd game. A 2nd time warp goes down. Mothership Core even escapes there barely. He really wants to get that Manor Nexus up. jjakji not holding this one, no way.
Yeah, there's just no chance. With him salvaging those bunkers, he thought there was no attack, but there was only a delayed attack. The 1 drop in the main base did a little bit of damage, but with the entire army of Trust being at the bottom right now entering the main base, there's just no way for jjakji to hold this in the long run. This series is going into a 3rd game for sure.
Yeah.
Well, he has the drop at the natural now, so he's just trying to escape with a couple of flying buildings, but no.
Yeah, GG. I mean, that 1 drop full of units is not going to kill Trust's army, and Trust pulls us into a game 3. jjakji takes a risk. He walks out with his army. A lot of force fields, and also his army was slow. He didn't have the medivacs to run away. Trust takes a bit of a gamble as well with his blink forward and try to cut it off, but jjakji started to lose too many units, and that's when he knew he could commit. Tastar running into the booth now to give him some advice.
Without the bunkers being salvaged, there would have still been a chance to hold this, but as it is, that was definitely a problem. Tastar, of course, now talking to his teammate a little bit about the 3rd game that we're going to see in a few. The map for game number 3 is actually going to be Wangali Beach.
Yeah, Wangali Beach going to be map 3. Very tense here. This is a map that You know, jjakji has played most likely many less games on than Trust has because he wasn't in the OSL. And, you know, he's not training with a Kespa team like Trust is. So Trust has CJ players to train with that are, of course, playing in the OSL and have been practicing on this map.
Trust with a really good job in game number 2. jjakji. Yeah, things suddenly get tense again.
Yeah.
He looked good in game number 1, was able to take his opponent out and looked like he would be able to take this best of 3. Looked very convincing the first game after a little bit of a shaky start. But now the series is tied and this map is anyone's to win.
Anyone's to win. So right here, 2-player map, Gwangali Beach, very pretty map. But there's going to be some violent things about to happen on it. It's going to be a bloody beach here.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be. Jumping into game number 3 at the WCS Challenger League. jjakji up against Trust on Gwangali Beach. Brought to you by Colorful.